Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Tonight I am predicting the men's 200 meters medalists, basically. Got a couple more of these videos to go. It's flying by. This entire event so far has been something. Got a lot more to go though still. The second half of this, of course, getting ready to start up. One of the bigger events, of course, coming up in the first part of the second half of this whole thing is the men's 200-meter finals, which will be tomorrow night, Thursday night, basically. Well, I mean, it's already Thursday, it's 12:40 a.m., but it is what it is. Let's get to talking about who's in what lane and discuss our defending world champion, of course, Noah Lyles, eventually. So here we go. So in lane one, we have Luxolo Adams from South Africa. He has shocked people this year. His personal best at one point was, well, before this year, I should say, was like 2010, 2020, around there. But a month ago, he hammered a 19.82, which was, again, kind of shocking. No one really expected that. It's kind of like with Rainer Mina of Cuba. He dropped like 4/10 of a second off his PR. Well, he's not in this World Championships event though. But Luxolo Adams, he almost didn't make the final. Actually, he was the last qualifier overall to make the 200-meter finals. So Luxolo Adams, that 1982 probably was a fluke. Sounds like it, but either way, that is an impressive time for this year. A lot of people who set a personal best this year, including Jareem Richards of Trinidad and Tobago. Jareem Richards really coming into form this year. This is definitely one of his better seasons, of course, maybe arguably his best. He's the world indoor champion from earlier this year in the 400. He has quite a few medals, of course. Jareem Richards definitely an accomplished athlete across the board. He had a nice quick start in the semis. He kind of was playing catch up a little bit with Kenneth McNarick and Noah Lyles. He was in the same semifinals. He was those two. But Richards hung on ran 19.86. I felt like he was pushing at the end though, so I'm not sure if he can PR or not. If he PRs, it won't be by very much, I'll tell you that. Could he go under 19.8? Possibility, but again, he looked like he was about to give it 100%. Knighton, been looking forward to talking about this, especially with him and Lyles. We'll talk more on that in just a moment. But Knighton of the U.S. ran a 19.49. I'm going to say that again. Ran 19.49 seconds. He's 18 years old. He just turned 18 in January. No 18-year-old has ever done something like this, not even remote close to this. Knighton shattered his under 20 world record. I forgot to note that in the personal best. I was trying to get through this so I can get this over with. But this is an under 20 world record, by the way. Knighton, not even in his prime yet. He's not even in his prime yet. If he continues to stay consistent with being fast when he, of course, continues to even develop his top speed further and further speed endurance, of course, and whatnot, yeah, I'd watch out for Knighton, for sure. He's got a real possibility of, I mean, you think about it, you put in perspective the American record. Michael Johnson, of course, from 96, 19.32, very well could be in jeopardy if Knighton continues this trend. We'll see. Nothing's guaranteed. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying he's going to become the next Michael Johnson in the U.S. or Usain Bolt or whatever, but we got to let, kind of play out. Knighton's looking to win his first medal, of course, on the world stage, so we'll see what happens. Alexander Organo, I meant to say two. Jareem Richards is in lane 2. Knighton, lane 3. Lane 4 is Alexander Organo of the Dominican Republic. Now, Organo already has a gold medal. He won the mixed relay 4x400 with his Organo team, Dominican Republic team with Polino, who just qualified for the 400-meter women's finals. That will be on, I think that's Friday night too. I expect Shawnee Miller-Weibo to defend her title, or not defend her title, but become the world champion. I'd expect her to become the world champion. She was the Olympic champion last year. She's crazy fast, but Alexander Organo has run 19.91. He's got good speed. That's, by the way, a Dominican Republic record, national record. So I don't know if Organo can medal. It's going to be close. I think he could come really, really close. It's going to look like he can for a second there, but then he kind of just slightly misses the podium. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, he looked like he had a little, maybe a slightly more tank, so you never know. I mean, we've had a few upsets happen, of course. Men's 1500, yeah, that didn't go so well with my predictions, but whatever. It's fine. Kenneth McNarick in lane 5 of the USA. To be honest with you, I'm a little surprised McNarick's even here at this point, because McNarick has struggled to run under 20 seconds this year, and when he ran the semis yesterday, that was definitely his best race of the year by far, and he looked like he had a little bit more. Maybe he could possibly push it a little bit more. He's probably got the best turn. Of course, he's probably the best turner in this field, like basically run that curve. Run that curve well really, really is important, especially like setting up the initial stage of things. Of course, he is the Olympic silver medalist from the 200 last year. He lost by 0.06 seconds to DeGrasse. And then the defending world champion, Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles really looks good. He's really gotten his confidence back. I think he lost some confidence last year when he was kind of a little bit slower than people expected him to. And I think it's a fair point. I think it's a fair argument on that because, you know, Lyles was kind of struggling last year, and then he eventually dropped a 19.52. He did win bronze in Tokyo. Now he's looking for his second world title in the 200. He did win in Doha, of course. Very tight competition against him and DeGrasse and Quinones, which, by the way, rest in peace, Quinones. I forgot he was killed in October last year. I don't know anything about the whole situation with that, or should I say the whole investigation with that, but yeah, that's sad, really very sad. He was the bronze medalist that year in the World Championships, but Lyles, back to the main point, Lyles' PR is 19.50. There is a pretty decent chance, I think, that Lyles can PR on Thursday night. Lyles has run in the low 19.6s like 3 times already this year. He did it in New York. He did it just yesterday, and he ran 19.67. I was thinking of 19.67 at the USATF title, the 200-meter final. And Lyles ran with COVID in New York City. So Lyles, I would be ready for a sub 19.5 most likely from him. He's just freaking looking strong. Now, I'll mention about him and Knighton in a second. I kind of want to say that for a quick little segment after I talk about the last 2 athletes. Lane 7 is Joseph Fomboy of Liberia. If you watched my Olympic predictions video in the 200 last year, I talked about Fomboy. He made the final last year, but I think he finished in 6th or 5th. Fomboy is a wild card in this whole thing. Fomboy's got a decent chance to medal. Him, Organo, and Richards all can get that, especially at the very least get bronze. And Bednair, like 4 guys are going to be right there to get bronze at least, because I think Knighton and Lyles are going to take off in this one, personally. There's a pretty good chance of it, I should say. Trying not to give anything away, of course, but Fomboy, his starts are not great, but when he gets in that second half, I mean, boom, he just catches everybody. And he's run 19.83. He is a 2-time NCAA 200-meter champion. He holds the Liberian record of 1983. And hearing him talk too, like, he's really cool to hear. Like when he talks, I really pay attention, of course, because what he has to say, I think personally, he's really awesome guy. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the future. And there are rumors that he has signed a pro deal. So, Fomboy, very exciting future. And then Aaron Brown of Canada. Aaron Brown, freaking tripped forward in the first round in his heat. Oh my lord, of starting blocks like shifted on him, and I'm just like, what the hell? Yeah, Aaron Brown like basically freaking face planted just about. He made the finals, of course. Season's best of 2003, 1995 is his PR. He made the Olympic final last year, but he didn't quite get there with near the podium. Now here's the thing. Knighton and Lyles. There's, of course, big discussion with this whole thing. I'm just going to put it up to you like this. Lyles basically posterized Knighton in the USAT of 200 meter final. Lyles, I understand he's trying to have fun. He should bring a character. That's cool. But the thing, I think it's more funny than being stupid. I understand. Like Lyles is like, huh, gotcha. But it's scary though that he had to actually catch Knighton. Knighton would have won that race if he didn't tighten up. He tightened up with like 50 meters to go. Lyles knew he was in trouble, and the fact that he had to even catch him in the first place, that's kind of scary, I'm not going to lie. So Lyles basically was like this, and Knighton was pissed after that. I am pretty sure of that, because when the interview with Lewis Johnson happened, Knighton's like, job's not finished, and immediately walks away. And Curly was giggling too. Curly blew up in his first round in the semi. He said he had a cramp or something like that, but he'll be in the relay, whatnot. Yeah, there was a lot of people saying that Knighton and Wiles are starting a rivalry. I do agree with that. I think a rivalry is being born right before our eyes. And some people are calling Lyles a dumbass, a clown, an idiot at times, classless clown, whatever you want to call it. To me personally, I think Lyles is. I think the thing is, it's like, I know he's trying to like enjoy what he's got going for him, but I think he also realizes too, Knighton's a very serious threat to become like just unstoppable. Like Lyles may have honestly, he may have woke up Knighton, like something inside of him. He could have possibly done it. I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's not only with this upcoming meet, but in the future as well. So it's kind of hard for me to like really. I'm still a Lyles fan. I am at the end of the day. I will say though, sometimes you have to be careful doing stuff like that because it can come back and hit you in the ass. We talked about Josh Kerr and his whole thing, and he finished 5th. He got in his interview, he's like, it was a hard damn race or whatever. I'm like, duh, no shit. But yeah, this Lyles Knighton thing has really sparked a lot of talk, that's for sure. But the thing is too, I think at the end of the day, there's a mutual respect for one another. I would hope so. I mean, Lyles, I don't know how much. I don't know, but anyway, let's get to the medalists. So I figured I want to cover all that, of course, first. I know it's kind of a little bit of some talking there, but I wanted to make sure I got that out there too. Now the bronze medal was probably the trickiest one to figure out because there's like 4 different guys, like I said, I can see going to bronze. It's Fomboy, Organo, Richards, and Bednarik. I rewatched the semis like 5. I rewatched semifinals heat 1 and 2 like several times to figure it out. And I'm going to have to take Kenneth Bednarik. I know I said he struggled before this, but after I seen him run that race, I gained my confidence back with him. Richards kind of was going he was going about 99%. Fomboy ran 1992, in his semi-heat. And he's had a long season. Then you got Organo, who I'm not sure how much further he can take himself down. So Bednarik, to me, seems like the option for bronze. Because I know when I pull up the other two, everyone's going to be like, oh, this is a safe bet. I wouldn't call this a safe bet. I'm calling this my best judgment. I'm using my best judgment here. I'm not going with safe picks. I'm going with my gut instinct. I had thought about this before. Arian Knighton is my silver medalist. I was going to pick him for gold, but in the last couple months, I had to realize that Knighton's only 18 years old, and you're going up against who I think will gold. Again, Noah Lyles, a guy who knows what it's going to take to defend this title, and I'm telling you right now, Lyles is not going to let anybody beat him. If you watch Lyles race this year, you're seeing 2019 Lyles almost all over again. And by the way, one thing I did not mention, when Lyles ran his heat, that was the best curve he has ever run in his career, by far. And a lot of people are saying it too. Lyles is known for the second half of the 200. His starts aren't the greatest, but he looked like he was in tip-top form. That's part of the reason why I said he may PR tomorrow night. He may PR Thursday night. Knighton's going to push his ass. Lyles is going to push him back. Bednaric's going to be right there. So Bednaric, knowing him, Bednaric, he has a PR of 1968 for a reason. So we'll see. But this is going to be a very intense final. It's the top 5 is going to be like right there. Like they're going to be all together there a little bit, but you're going to see Lyles and Knighton both start to pull away. I think in the end, Lyles' closing speed is what's going to ultimately propel him to a second world title in the 200. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. The next prediction video I have for what that will be coming up will be the men's 400. That one is going to be difficult, not going to lie. I think the two hardest ones are yet to come, the men's 800 and the men's 5,000. And before I go, what in the hell happened in the men's 800? I have so many things to say about that, but we'll do all that when I get to my men's 800 meter predictions video. That will be coming up, I think, Friday night, so you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that and all the rest of the videos in this series. Until then, though, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.